is the 5th. Yes, January 5th. This is the budget workshop, first one of the year for the discussion of the 23-24 school year. I am Julia Olafson. We also have here Ms. Thompson, Mr. Jarek from the board. We have Dr. Cooper, Ms. Haynes, Ms. Owens, and Mr. Hurley from the administration. And I am going to throw it over to Ms. Haynes to start.
Okay, this is our preliminary, very preliminary budget where we pulled all the numbers from the buildings, from the departments. They submitted to their administrator, whoever their supervisor is. Supervisors vetted everything through them, and then it all gets compiled by me. And then I go line item by line item by line item just to make sure everything's in there. Okay, so I put together the budget in the format that you all can, the revenues the first page, the expenditures is the second page, and then this is a kind of a fund balance, where we're at with our fund balance currently. Just a short slide presentation telling you about the Act 1 index, which this is 5.3 for us, which equates to 1.7249 mil increase, or 1,984,000. That's all staying within the allowable, the 5.3. So if you go higher, then that would be, that's net math.
So, right, so this is the tax number that we
Could go up to.
could go up to.
Yes, that's the allowable, that's the max allowable to stay within the index.
It's 5.3.
Yes,
Okay.
and it equates to 1.7249 mil and 1,984,116.
And
So-
where are we now?
We are at 3.5. We just did a small incremental last year. We're at
Right.
3.5. I don't need the number, sorry. I don't have it memorized. I have it. We're at 3.5. We were at 3.483 last year. Excuse me? All right, so it is currently at,
The base index?
no, he's looking for our current bill, and I thought it was
Oh.
on this thing. I got it. Hang on.
Millage.
Maybe I didn't carry that number over from the, kind of Stumped me on the first question. So.
Oh, here it is. Here's,
32.5459.
32,
32.5459.
and that's
Yeah.
inclusive of the $39 that we voted on last year.
Yeah.
Yes, that is new
Yeah,
millage
right,
rate,
yeah.
and I think we went up 0.1619
And
is
it's
what we went.
3.2,
Yeah, 32.5459. And you can increase that by
0.7 and change?
1.72.
249.
Up to that. Depending on
we're
what
trying not to do.
I know.
Correct.
Okay, so for the purpose of the presentation, when you're looking at these numbers, remember again, I just keep reiterating. So in there, I put all right, so we do the 1.7249 mil increase, which would equate to $1.9 million. That's as much money as you can get out of this budget. The next slide that I will not be able to get you on the screen. Why did it move it? Let's go back. It's on the, here. There you go. All right. So I go to these meetings where we have this one person that, and I can send everyone a big presentation, where they go through a whole financial review and they do the computation for the whole state and forecast out where they think we're going and this, that, and the other. This is the one sheet that he had, the Act 1 history and the forecast, how they did the SAW, the ECI, the base index, the weighted index. So what I did for the 5-year projection is I took the base index that they're projecting out and I kind of put that into my budget number so you can see where we're going and where your capability of increasing going forward. Not that increasing it, and I've sang the same song the entire time I've been here. Incremental increases on an annual basis is appropriate for a budget. Now, it's not my decision, but all I can do is give you the information. So when you have a year that you can increase higher, maybe those are the years that you might want to take the increase and then maybe lower the increase over other terms. That's why I wanted to make sure you saw where the budget is going. Right now, we have an extremely high year. It's very unusual to be this high. Next year, it'll probably be
Same.
high again. And then you're gonna start seeing it taper back down to about a 3% or under a 3%.
Oh, you mean the base index?
Yeah, the index, a lot of times it parallels CPI, inflation, is what you typically see the index kind of mirrors at.
You're gonna see it lower and lower. It's gonna go
Yeah,
back
it's gonna
down.
start going back down, but.
So your opportunity now becomes maybe increasing it, you know, you only have the ability to increase up to 2% or 2.5% as opposed to this 5%. Not that you'd ever go to that extreme, but your capability is gonna be less in the future, probably within the next 3 to 4 years, 5 years tops, you'll be back down to that 3 or under. This was the other slide that I had showed you all before. It just shows you the long route and the short route. Now, long route, if we didn't have much capability and we needed to go out and look for exceptions and get more money for special ed or something like that, then maybe you'd want to go the long route. This year, you have the capability of increasing at almost $2 million. To go the short route is the smarter way to go, because we don't need to go looking for exceptions. We don't need any extra money than that, because we're not even gonna go to that,
Right, okay.
okay? It just gives you dates and it makes it a little bit quicker. All we have to do is take this preliminary budget, you approve and authorize me to advertise in the format that it's going to. Y'all sign your resolution indicating you're not gonna go above that index of 5.3 or the $2 million. And
Is
then,
that the bit that we didn't vote on at the last meeting that we said we were gonna push?
That was the
No.
audit.
Different thing.
No, that's the audit. So my understanding though was that this was going to be on at the meeting at the end of the month to vote on a resolution to make this,
and we
to do
didn't want
this.
it, that was gonna be the next question was, do you want us to put it on the committee of the whole to carry it forward so y'all can talk about it at the committee of the whole? I didn't want to put it on there prematurely.
I'd be fine
until
with
we had
that.
this meeting.
We wanted to have this meeting first before
Right.
we put it on the committee of the whole.
And we can have a full discussion
Yeah.
because there wasn't a finance committee meeting last month. And so that would be fine. We could have the full discussion and then we can move it on. So would you be
Yeah,
able
we'll
to
put
talk
it
to
on.
Amy about
Yeah.
adding it on?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
so
that that's
I'll get her the numbers
appropriate.
And I'll get
Yeah.
all this will be attached to the agenda so you can see it.
I think that when it was brought up in November to the whole board, you know, I know we had plenty of time at that time to make that decision, but I think that my general understanding was tacitly everybody felt that made sense to go forward with voting on this,
And we-
shorthand
We
route.
did it early
Right.
because we have new members
Right.
and a bit more for the educational purposes.
Right,
I
and
have to go
so
through that in the final.
we'll add that to the committee of the whole, we'll
Yeah,
vote on
I'll
it at the
have
end of the month.
everything there. And then what will happen is we have our voting meeting on the 23rd. This would just have to be signed and giving you the authorization to go ahead and advertise the budget in the.
Right.
The way we have
format
it,
you want. And that's all that is, okay? So that's this also broke it down. You all have seen this slide before. It just shows you the major step one. It tells you all the dates and the different, you know, the millage, and you're not gonna go above the 5.3, and public display is the big thing.
Yeah, this resolution is basically just we're saying that because we have no intention of we will not go over the 5.3, that we're doing this different schedule and timeline.
Right.
So fair enough.
Makes it easier, then you can focus on the numbers as opposed to all the formalities in the long run.
Yeah, we had some years where we were we were checking in the couch cushions for extra change, you know,
Well,
where,
that's
where,
the thing. That's
you know,
why
and the
I'm
number,
warning
and
you.
that number was
Because
much
that's
lower
coming.
too.
That's coming.
Yeah.
Those indexes gonna go lower, and those are the years you're gonna wanna keep your options open. And maybe go for exceptions if you need them, because I don't know how low that index could go, because you don't know what the state's gonna do.
Right.
The state changes and does their thing, and you could end up with an index of 1%. Well, is 1% enough? I mean, to
Right.
carry a teacher contract,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
or anything else that you're negotiating.
Sure,
So-
correct. So,
Okay.
but yeah, so we'll have that, to discuss at the committee of the whole.
And then the last item, when you're looking at this
Mhm.
budget, 2 buses were added for 23-24. So I did put like 85,000 extra in for that year, just to make sure if they were gonna, because the middle schools, that's been an ongoing problem.
Can I ask for clarification on that? Because, so the contract was for up to 69 buses?
Yes.
But my understanding was that they were already at much lower than that,
Much-
that they
So
were
they did
running.
60.
60, but so now, when it increases, it's not increasing above our estimates of the contract, but it's increasing the actual real dollars we're paying, is going to
Yeah.
increase.
Because
But,
once they
yeah.
add another bus, they're already billing the.
Because all of our estimates were based on 69 buses.
Yeah.
So it will still be less than that,
But
yeah.
we're still negotiating like the things they've got
Sure.
to charge back for different things that they're
Right,
doing.
okay. I just wanted to be clear that I understood what was going on.
Yeah. All right. There is no increase for the teacher contract that is currently being negotiated.
Okay.
And what's going on with that? Did we start negotiations yet?
Today.
We had one meeting.
One meeting. So,
As was required by law, we had to have it by the 10th, I think. So we had it.
but where I'm saying that we only have like a 1.1% increase over last year in expenditures, depending on where that lands, could be totally different.
So you're saying that 1.1 you're spending to pay for teacher contracts, that's what you put in?
It does
No,
not
I
include.
don't ever put a dollar amount, because then people start calculating, and then,
Gotcha,
so I did not put a number in there
okay.
for the teacher contract for that purpose, to keep that, so we know what we're doing.
And Ms. Haynes has always done that
Yes.
whenever, if there's a contract, she figures it in, you know, but when there wasn't
Oh,
one,
right,
she
right.
didn't do that. And I think that's wise.
It's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I can't just say
Well, you don't have a number.
Yeah, right. But just be aware that that is a placeholder. That's all she's trying to highlight to us.
Has to be inserted, so. The other thing is the additional salary benefits for or not, whatever you negotiate for a new superintendent or the chief financial officer. I did not assume anything in that area, because we don't know.
Is that under Act 93 and
Yeah, that's
administration?
the 110, yeah.
Okay, so those increases that you have are for the people that are still here. Okay, got it.
Okay, so I just left, I didn't want to go up any higher or anything. You can tell me what you want to add when you start your process.
Okay,
Okay?
So that differential is the balance of the prorated salaries?
Of the people that are already on the Act 93 contract, I will be getting increases, and I just do a certain
Okay.
dollar amount and I throw it in there.
Okay.
All right, so the PSERS rate for 23-24, though, this has not happened in a whole decade, went down. PSERS used to be is 34.31%, but it's going down for 23-24 to 34%. Which is still extremely high, I understand that, but it's amazing that they came down.
so the 23-24 year, they've projected for what?
34% as opposed.
Flat.
Yeah, this year in 22-23, it's 34.31.
And just
And now it's going down for the next year.
to bring me up to speed on that, because I'm probably going to be asking a lot of questions and I want to.
And I have your stuff together, like we talked about objects and all that kind of stuff. I want to send that out to everybody, so everybody's on the same level, playing field. They understand what the objects are, what's going on with the budget, so ask away, anything you.
Well, I just want to be clear on what pieces is. That's your contribution that we have to make to retirement accounts? Is that
Yes,
what
it's
it is?
the employer contribution. For
Okay.
every dollar I pay for somebody, I pay
Yeah.
another 34.31 right now, but now next year I'll pay 34.
And PSERS meets in November, of most years to set the
I
the
usually
amount?
get it out the beginning of December.
Oh,
You'll
okay.
see the email come
So
through.
every year, right before we're supposed to have this mandatory budget meeting, right? They'd at least let us know what our contribution per, our, whatever our salaries are supposed to be.
In the history that I've worked in school district, there's only been one time that they've changed it, that I know
Right,
of.
right.
One time they came back in like February, March, they changed it.
09, right?
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around that area.
Yeah.
But this is a savings for us of about $75,000.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
How do they compute that number? What do they?
It's a lot.
They have an
It's a lot.
actuary and a person that does all that, depending on the investments, their investments.
It depends on their fund and what, the health of their fund and the, you know, it's
So
a
it's
lot.
like based on the 401k management?
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, amusement.
Yeah, yep, the analog. It's the analog of that, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
And how many people they expect to be retiring that year and, you know, yep. It's all of it.
And then we just
That
want
was
to
why the level one people.
We just need to discuss the next workshop, and we can do that at the CAL, is we can actually discuss the next.
Yeah, is that
workshop,
okay
because-
with everybody who's here, that when we have more people in the room that are impacted on the budget workshop date, if we have that, if we set that and went on Monday? Is that okay with everybody?
Now, the next meeting will be all the administrators.
I know.
Because it will be very detailed.
I
We'll
will-
have that information well in advance.
All I can do is heartily encourage people to show up. I can't actually make them, I can't drive them here.
I will send it out just like I did, a Google Drive where you can go in and it'll have everybody's individual.
And you went through that last year, correct? You went through that process when we have all the administrators kind of justify their budgets?
That was my first one. I was,
Oh, okay, so you know what it looks like at
yeah,
least.
I was totally lost.
It's fine. It'll be easier this time,
Like, what
so.
the heck is going on here?
So it'll be easier this time, but it is an important meeting to kind of see the rationale.
But I may be remote on that.
That's right.
So I may be channeling my inner Russell.
And-
I'm gonna get a knee replacement next Friday.
Yeah, so when we have the committee of the whole, we set the date, I will remind everybody the importance of trying to make it, and then they'll ignore me and not show up.
And they usually make that at the beginning of March, it's usually
That's fair.
something like that, because they don't need anything in February, because I'm still gathering again.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Everything like that.
Fine with
So it'll be March, probably the beginning of March, and then we
Right.
have all the other administrators.
Yeah, that shouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
But other than that, I mean, anybody, I'm gonna put together the object codes to make sure there's a little more training for everybody, so they know what they're looking at.
Yeah.
And
Any-
then we'll have that all in advance.
I know that this is just the beginning, but anybody have any questions for Ms. Haynes, like with what we have so far? We're good. Any comments from the
Another
public?
channel my inner Kevin.
Any comments from the public? And hearing none, so we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for coming in.